Today's objective is a relatively simple one. We just need to win one game, hopefully the game in this episode, and we will win a historic first Premier League title for Aston Villa. Oh, and we've got the second leg of the Champions League semi-final, and we're currently in the lead of that. So there's just that little thing to deal with as well. How you doing, everybody, and welcome to part 15 of the Aston Villa save here on FM24. I'm Stu. Thank you for joining me in today's video, where it's Sheffield United in the Premier League, followed by Fenerbahçe in the second leg of the semi-final of the Champions League. And if you're excited to see how we get on in both of those games, do not forget to leave a like on the video for me and to subscribe so you don't miss any of the nonsense that's coming out of this face right here. Full disclosure, the nonsense is currently blocked by a cold. I feel rough, but I don't really want to miss too many days of making videos, so I was going to do a lot more on FM on this day, but I've ended up just kind of going, let's just do the basic and we'll just make a video. So we're doing it, and I'm hoping that what will help me get better is winning the Premier League. That's the hope. But I've started on the screen with the table so you can see the state of play. There's a 7-point gap at the moment between ourselves and Manchester City. Manchester City are realistically, well, they are, in fact, the only team who can beat us at this point. It is unlikely we're going to bottle it from here. However, it is worth pointing out that games left, that's the wrong screen, are Sheffield, Liverpool, West Ham. Liverpool's very losable. West Ham could be losable. Sheffield United could be losable as well. But I think we've got a real chance here of just getting it done right here and right now. If we win, it's unassailable. If we don't win, we go to the final couple of games, and then we're kind of in the hands of the gods at that point. But I am delighted with how this season has gone. I mean, if we go to the home screen, you can see on here, goals scored best, goals conceded best. It's taken a while for us to get the defence sorted, but we've got it sorted, and I'm very, very happy about that. Ignore the money. That'll sort itself out in the future. But yeah, since you were last with us, how have things been? Well, it was the Man United game and the Chelsea game, and we've only played 3 games, and we've done pretty well. We beat Crystal Palace 3-0. I didn't really want to have a closer look at the game. If we can go back, that'd be lovely. Bournemouth was a struggle. I'm not entirely sure why. I mean, it was what it was. We rotated a little bit. We just really struggled in that one. But then Fenerbahçe kind of blew them away a little bit. They did score first. It was a really nice goal, actually. Short free kick, and then their left back, Osterwolde, just blasted it into the back of the net. I feel like we had him at Palmer in FM22, so maybe we should have known he could do that. But Guehi with a couple of goals. Jack Grealish got one as well. A missed penalty from Moussa Diaby I thought was going to stuff us up. It ended up not mattering. We ended up winning 3-1 in the away leg. So after Premier League, we will be going into the second leg, and hopefully, I mean, what is it with me and Aston Villa and getting them into the Champions League in the second season? The very first thing I ever did on Twitch or YouTube in FM21 was getting Aston Villa to a Champions League final in their second season. Utter madness. But on to the game, and this is the 11 that we're hoping is going to take us through to Premier League glory. It is Martinez in goal, Aya, Torres, Guehi and Gomez in defence, Kamara and Tielemans in the midfield with Diaby, Ramsey and Grealish supporting Watkins up front. I am resting players a little bit. Miranda has been on a hell of a run because of the injury to Digne, so I am taking him out. Didn't play well in the last game. Same with Matty Cash. Doesn't really have a proper backup, took him out. So Joe Gomez is playing as emergency left back, and Christopher Aya, as he has done numerous times this season, playing as the emergency right back. And I think the only other thing is Guehi was showing up as needing a rest. I'm going to start Ali Watkins, see how he gets on. He has done okay when we've had to call upon him. I mean, I would like to upgrade him next season. In real life, I think he's absolutely fantastic. In the game, he's a bit average, but as you can see, hasn't really been involved much in the last couple of games, but when he did play, my word, did he play, including against Chelsea. So fingers crossed he can get involved in the action. Let's just go into it though, and let's see whether we can win ourselves a Premier League title for the first time. I was going to do my research and see when the last time Villa won the league in general was. I should really know that as a Villa fan, but I have kind of forgotten when it was. And do you know what? It's fine. It's okay. All I'm worried about is whether we can do it today. I mean, it's a Sheffield United team in awful form, but we are playing away from home. Former villain Cameron Archer is up front for them. You know our team. You know what we're capable of. Let's get to it, shall we? I want to see a good performance from Jack Grealish and Jacob Ramsey, but not because they've been playing badly, just because I really like watching them play together. Genuinely, I think this front three attacking midfield combination of Diaby, Ramsey, Grealish if this was going to be a long-term save, realistically, I think we're going to do one more season of it. But if we were going to do this long-term, then that's the midfield three that's going to be supporting the striker, who is probably going to be Guehi. To be honest, the majority of the team is sorted. I think transfer-wise next season, right back is the thing we're looking at. And we move... What a goal that would have been. We move on one of the right backs we've got, either... Matty Cash or the other guy. I've forgotten who the other guy is. That tells you what I think about him. I heads it out only as far as Jose Perez, who's going to try and whip it in. Jack Grealish does really well there, and we get the ball, and Diaby now is leading a counter-attack. It's him and Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins on the ball, turns his man. Ollie Watkins has an opportunity. And is that the start of a Premier League title win? It very well may be. Ollie Watkins puts it in the back of the net. Former Villa goalkeeper Golini, another former villain in the Sheffield United starting 11. Can't do anything about it, but wonderful, wonderful work there from Ollie Watkins. Puts it in the back of the net. And that might be the first goal on towards a title-winning game. Or it's the start of us having a horrible, horrible twist of fate in this game. That could also happen. I know which one I want it to be. I know which one I want it to be. Sheffield United are actually all over us in this half. Match momentum-wise, we are getting battered, and it's not nice to see. But the only thing that's really going to matter at the end of it is the score. But I'm not liking seeing that match momentum, I've got to be honest with you. Let's try and push on a little bit, boys. If we can, that'd be lovely. I mean, Martinez is currently one of our best players. That doesn't really fill me with much confidence. I am just going to shout some encouragement to the boys, because they really are, looking at match momentum, they are all over us. Our backs are against the wall here. But then, I suppose, I haven't looked at the table, but a lot of the pressure is going to be on us wanting to secure a title. Heavy touch there from Tielemans, but it works out. Jacob Ramsey's in the box here, and Jacob Ramsey really should have made it 2-0. And we're going to get the corner instead, though. So still an option to try and do something. It's going to be Jack Grealish to take the corner. They've had to make a sub due to injury. Headed only as far as Pau Torres, who tried to loop it over the goalkeeper but ends up putting it wide. Another good opportunity though, but it wasn't to be. Match momentum, that is hideous. That is really hideous. It's not the be all and end all, but I'd like to see us doing a bit better than that. Right, we kick things off with another highlight. Sheffield United in possession. Playing quite dangerously in and around their goal, looking quite confident about it. But those are the areas where players in Football Manager are prone to making mistakes. So they do need to be a bit careful, but they do seem to be bringing the ball out of defence now. And now it's our defence who might need to be a bit careful. They are just going backwards a little bit, though. So, oh my word, Cameron Archer split the defence perfectly there, and it is 1-1. And that's what I mean. We have to be so careful against teams away from home. And Cameron Archer, the former villain, he's gone and done it. He's gone and done it. I'm going to demand more from the boys because that, quite frankly, I'm not very happy about. Just for context, they're fighting for relegation. So, okay, let's be completely crystal clear. We're both fighting for something here, and it looks like we both want it just as much as each other. I'm going to say not good enough. Not good enough. I mean, Joe Gomez has had a shocker, so he's going to be coming off. I'm going to tell him midfield then I'm not happy with their playmaking. Right, Gomez is coming off. He's not had a good one. Miranda will come back on. And then I'm thinking maybe Jacob Ramsey's not had the best of games. But then, do I really want to bring on Douglas Luiz? Who, I mean, to be fair, he's not having a bad game. We just need to maybe get himself up a little bit. I'm going to take Tielemans off. Although Tielemans has not had a bad game, I don't like the fact that he's nervous. I don't like the fact that Guehi's nervous as well. So we might have to rethink a few of these. But we'll leave it at that for now. I think that should be more than enough to get us through this game. So let's pop those two on. Tell them to do things properly. I'm going to fire the boys up because we want to win the Premier League. We want to win the Premier League. At the moment, though, Archer and Perez really, really doing a lot of damage. I just want to double check because these change sometimes after you've set them. Let me just... So... Cameron Archer, tackling, yeah, fine. See, that wasn't marking, that was hard tackling before the game, and now it's changed. So, okay, fine. Aya, you're going to be marking Jose Perez. Hope you're cool with that, because I kind of need you to do it, if I'm honest. Right, let's do that. Then, okay, a fiddle with things on here. Hopefully that's going to help us maybe try and take control of the game. And we're also going to try and trap their players outside. I don't think Cameron Archer's the biggest aerial threat in the world. He's 5'7", his heading's 12, but we'll try and do that. And we'll just see whether that can help us get a foothold in the game. Because at the moment, they are just battering us a little bit. And I'm not much of a fan of it. So I'm hoping maybe we can just try and get control of the game a little bit with those few changes. It doesn't look like it's worked at all, to be honest with you. I'm going to tell the boys to demand more. Who's that on the ground? Someone is on the ground. Someone died there. Gray, apparently, but he's not got an injury symbol, so that's fine. Right, Miranda's going to be taking the free kick here. It's a weird build-up to the free kick, but let's do it. He's gone for the shot. He hasn't nailed the shot, and we got very, very close there, but it looks like there was an offside in there. And it looks like it was Ollie Watkins. Right, I think we now need to consider the changes. Jacob Ramsey's going to come off for Douglas Luiz. Diaby's been fine, but Jack Grealish hasn't been. I'm actually going to bring Elia Wahi on the wing, because he can play there quite well. And then, I mean, Christopher Ayer's not had a good game. I'm going to bring Matty Cash on. It's a little bit early to make that final substitution, but I am going to do it. I'm going to try and calm Mark Guehi down as well. But that's the final roll of the dice in the game. We just need to see whether we can just get that goal, just put us back in the lead. Right, Christopher Ayer gets it into Gray. Gray now goes back to Pau Torres. Pau Torres, don't shoot. Gets it into Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish, shot is saved by Guehi. Last act for Jack Grealish before he goes off. And there are the changes. Oh, we don't even get the highlight, which is really annoying. I would have liked to have seen the highlight there. Right, well, we've pulled things back in this second half. But I'd like to see us get a goal. Right, Douglas Luiz, still not familiar in that attacking midfield role. We need to do some work with him in pre-season to hopefully get him there. Right, here... Don't like getting red cards at the best of times. But the game had to wait. It had to wait until I'd used my final substitution, didn't it? It did. It did. It just had to. And not one of my players are a centre-back. It's going to have to be Boubacar Kamara. He can't really play there, but it's going to have to be Boubacar Kamara. Right, well, these two are going to have to do some supporting. These two are going to have to do what they can. I am going to set these guys onto complete wing-backs just so they get a bit further forward. Because I'm not really happy with how we've played in this game. And I really, really want to seal the title now. And then we need to work out what we do if we don't win it. That's so annoying. And again, of course, it had to happen after we made our final substitution. Of course it did. I think that's the game. It's a late highlight. They've got the ball. They're whipping it in. All of our players miss it. Are you actually serious? All of our players miss it. And Sheffield United, in their battle for survival, go ahead. Is there a late twist in this title race? Sheffield United go ahead. Oh my word. How's everything else going? Manchester City. Manchester City are winning, so they will close the gap to 4 points, is that? Or 3 points? What was it, 7 points before? They're going to get 3, we're going to get none. So 4 points it's going to be. So we're going to have to play one... Oh, it's going to go down to the final day because the next game we've got is Liverpool. Unless we snatch something right now. I don't think it's going to happen. Well, that's made it a bit more interesting, hasn't it? Have we just bottled the league with that performance? Have we just bottled the league? I am going to shout at them. I mean, Mark Way, where are you? I've thrown the water bottle at him. He has genuinely been a massive flop this season. I am so angry at some of these players. But then, is it me? Is it me going into it? You know, I started Watkins. I started Ayer. I started Gomez. I started both of those guys out of position. Is it me coming into this game maybe being a little bit cocky, thinking, oh, they're near the bottom of the league? Yeah, but they're now only a point away from the team who's ahead of them. I'm actually going to fine him 2 weeks. And that's probably going to upset him. But I don't really care, to be honest with you, because we've now... I mean, now this is where it's left us. Liverpool at home, West Ham away. We only need to win one of them. But West Ham away is going to be tough, and Liverpool at home is going to be tough. I mean, the last time we played Liverpool... Where was it? Liverpool. Battered us 3-0. When's the last time we played West Ham? How did we do with that one? No, I probably missed it. Oh, there it is. Oh, we beat them 4-1, to be fair. But that was away. That was at home. This will be away from home. That's so disappointing. Right, well, we need to kind of refocus now on Fenerbahçe. I mean, there's a part of me that thinks we just skip it, but we're not going to, because it's the Champions League semi-final, so we will come back for that. But what I might do is, I might come back for the Liverpool game, and we make this a bumper special. I think I might do that. Or, I'll add another episode in for the last 2 league games of the season. See how I feel when we get to Fenerbahçe. I'll be back in a minute, and hopefully I'll have calmed down a little bit. Okay, well, I can't exactly say that I'm happy, but we are back. We are ready for the second leg against Fenerbahçe. Remember, we have a 3-1 lead in this game, so fingers crossed this one might be a bit straightforward, but we're not taking any chances. We're going with our strongest 11. It's Martinez in goal, Cash, Gomez, Torres and Miranda in defence. Gray and Kamara in the midfield with Diaby, Ramsey and Grealish supporting Guehi up front. The only player who came out of with any credit at all, the only 2 players, is Diaby and Watkins. I'm finding it very difficult to leave Watkins on the bench, but Elia Wahi has been a menace in the Champions League. He's got something like 12 goals in 12 or 13 goals in 12 or something stupid like that. So, I mean, we can just double check. 12 goals in 12. I thought it was something like that. It feels wrong to leave him out, so we're going to pop him in, and we're just going to hope for the best on this one. So, let's see how it goes. Fingers crossed, we can just do it. I've had to put a rookie goalkeeper on the bench, by the way, because I forgot the Karnasechi was playing in the under-21s. So, basically going to go with the under-21 goalkeeper, who doesn't play for the under-21s because he's not good enough as our backup. What could possibly go wrong? Right, well, I want to say something and I'm not going to say it. I'm going to try and remember what I want to say and say it afterwards, because it could just come back and blow up in our faces. Let's just see if we can just get over the line in this one. I'd quite like to win the game. I'm quite happy just to scrape by, but a dominant victory would make me feel a lot better after the last game as well. I can't believe we lost against Sheffield United. Utter nonsense. And why he nearly popping the ball in the back of the net there. It is an offside though. And Fenerbahçe very, very lucky to get away with that there. But we continue on with another highlight, and it is Fenerbahçe starting with a goal kick. Now, we just need to get the ball off of them and pop it in the back of the net. How hard can it be? Right, well, I mean, they're just passing it around their defence here. I mean, they need to score 2 goals to go through to extra time. I mean, we try and intercept there. Batshuayi does really badly there, and now we get the ball back. Gomez, who really does need a good game in this one after his horror show in the last game. Over to Cash. Guehi is on the bench, but... oh my word. How unlucky can Eliawahi get there? Denied by the post. I'll be surprised if Eliawahi... Mark Guehi. Where did I get those two mixed up from? I was surprised if Mark Guehi plays for us again this season. I need to have a real long, hard think about him over the summer. I really do, because he's come in, he's got the reputation, both real life and in game, and he's really, if I'm honest, and it feels very harsh to say this, he's stuck the joint out. He really has. He's had the occasional good game, fine, but he's not been the player that we've needed. So the question is, can we sell him and get the majority of our money back, if not make a profit on him? I don't know if we can make a profit on him, but we need to do something if we sell him to get enough money to bring in a proper replacement. That's a really poor touch, and Dusan Tadic made it 1-0. Oh, the season's crumbling in front of our eyes. The season is crumbling in front of our eyes. That's going to encourage the boys. Encourage them. It's all good, guys. We went behind in the first game. Gone behind in this one. It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. We just need to get on the board. We've been better than them the whole game so far. Just keep plugging away. It's all good. I mean, it's not, but... oh, God. Our attack just does not look like it wants to do anything. I mean, it's tired. I get it, but, you know, it is what it is. Right, Diaby. over to Matty Cash. Matty Cash now needs a bit of support. Diaby is there behind him. He just gets that heavy touch. And again, we desperately need a proper Champions League level starting right back next season. Matty Cash and was it Signo that we signed? Neither of those are going to be good enough next year. They'll do as a backup. Oh, I felt that sneeze coming for a while. Yeah, they'll do as a backup. Elia Wahi gets the equaliser. Does he though? It's going to the assistant. It's going to VAR. The flag's not up. That doesn't always mean a no, but it does on this occasion. It is going to be 1-1 on the night. We desperately need a first choice right back to come in and be better than both Cash and Singo. And then we decide who we keep. We'll sell one of them. We'll probably sell the one who has the most value. But then Matty Cash will have homegrown status, so maybe we keep him as a result of that. I don't know. Kamara intercepts well. They get it to Wahi. Wahi puts us back in front, and that is 2-1 on the night. And I feel a bit better now. Well, I don't. I feel like absolute trash, but in terms of the game, I feel a bit better now. And we could be through to a Champions League final. We could bottle the league, but we could be through to a Champions League final. Oh, goodness me. Kamara with a lovely interception there, and Wahi just finishes it off beautifully and makes it 2-1. 2 goals for Wahi. That's why I wanted to start him, because he's got such a good record in the Champions League. It would have been ridiculous not to. It would have been ridiculous not to. I just want to double check something on Joe Gomez, who's having a half-decent game. Matty Cash is not having a good one. I don't know what to do with Matty Cash. I really don't. I think he's going to be the one who goes. He wants to play a more direct game. I can't change his passing. The problem is, I think I promised him to play in this position. Did I? No, I don't think I did, actually. I don't... So I could play him. I could play him as a central defender. And just have him on take fewer risks. But he likes to play way out. Oh, do you know what? Just... sod it. Leave him as he was. Leave him as he was. Let's not mess with him. Jacob Ramsey's not had the best of games. I'll take him off. Give Douglas Luiz the half. A bit more game time as the attacking midfielder. And let's go again. Let's see if we can get another. Let's see if we can make it 3-1 in both legs. Disappointed we had to go behind in both legs, but it is what it is. Right. Corner for us. Miranda looking to whip it in. Looking for the header. Joe Gomez doesn't find it. Archie Gray is going to get there first. What can he do with it? Right, Gray. Not had the best of games in the last couple, but he's playing well today. Gomez goes to Miranda now. Miranda. Well, Juan Miranda makes it 3-1 with a worldie in the semi-final of the Champions League. Wow. Wow. That is spectacular. I mean, I'll take that. I'll absolutely take that. Lovely. Right, I'm going to make a change. Matty Cash is coming off. Joe Gomez will go to right back. And it is going to be Xhaka Biol who's going to come on. Give him some football. And see how he can do. I mean, it's 6-2. They've got to score 4 to equalise. It's not out of the question, but it's unlikely at this point. There's less than half an hour in-game time. Right, Gomez, over to Gray. Gray, lovely first touch to Biol, to Gomez. Gomez now. Back to Biol. Over to Gomez. Lovely touch from him. Remember, he can play fullback. He is good in the position. Gives the ball away, though. As I'm talking about how good he can play there. And now, Fenerbahçe have a chance to come forward again. It's this guy who scored the goal in the first leg. Lovely tackle, but it's only as far as back. Why? What an interception from Kamara, though. And Jack Grealish looking for Diaby. Is this going to be offside? It is going to be offside, but it doesn't go in the back of the net anyway. So, blushes are spared. We now need to start thinking about freshness for the Liverpool game. But, I mean, we're 3-1 up. I don't really want to take Wahi off on a hat-trick, but I might have to. I think, in terms of players we will need for that game, I'm looking at who's tired. We've got 3 changes left. Pau Torres for Guehi. I know I said Guehi's probably not going to play for us again. He can come on and do a few minutes in this one. Archie Gray can come off for Europa Tielemans. And then it's Grealish, Diaby or Guehi. I'm going to have to take Guehi off. I know he's on a hat-trick, but I'm going to have to take Guehi off. And don't ask me why. I'm going to bring this kid on. I just feel like bringing this kid on. I don't know why. Now you watch. We'll get another red card. Or an injury or something. Because FM likes to punish you if you make all of your substitutions early. It really does. Right. Throw into Fenerbahçe. See what they can do with this. They're going to try and cross the ball in here. They do cross it in. Gomez manages to clear it only as far as Osterwolde, who again, we know how dangerous he is from the first game. And Fred was there of all people. Fred, formerly of Manchester United. And it is going to be a corner for them. There's still time for them to do something. But again, they need 4 goals. I mean, it feels like it's unlikely. But just because something's unlikely doesn't mean it won't happen. Lovely from Kamara, but it only goes to Szymanski. Osterwolde again, but the highlight does end, thankfully. Right, we are in the final 10 minutes in game. It's surely a matter of just seeing things out here. It surely is just a matter of seeing things out. I don't care if we don't score again. I just want to see the game out. And that's got to be it. We're out of time. And there is full time. And from the lowest of lows to the highest of highs, we're through to the Champions League final. So let that sink in for a second. We are through to a Champions League final. I mean, how nuts is that? But we got player fitness concerns. Guehi and Pau Torres, we need to rest both of them before the next game. That is a concern. That is definitely a concern. Because usually the game after you get this message, even if I try and rest him for the 3 days that we've got before that game, he's not going to play well. That's usually how it ends up working. Right. Here's what is going to happen. I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to put the Liverpool game at the end of this video. I don't know whether to put Liverpool at the end of this video or put it in its own one. I don't know. I don't know what the right thing to do is here. I don't know whether it's better just to get at last game. Because it might not be 1 game. It might be 2 games we need to play. In which case its own episode would do. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I've made a decision. We're going to go to a new episode. We're going to play Liverpool. If we beat Liverpool, then we go to the FA Cup final and the Champions League final gets its own video. If we don't beat Liverpool, we play West Ham. And then the last episode of this season will be the 2 cup finals. Plan? Plan. Thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to leave a like on the video if you have enjoyed. And don't forget to subscribe. It's completely free to do so. And I'm ill, so it'll make me feel better. I've been Stu. You guys have been awesome. And I will see you in the next video where hopefully we don't bottle it again. Cheers.